Welcome to Unit 3 of Transforming Healthcare Using Business Intelligence and Predictive Analytics. This week our focus will really turn towards building analytic capabilities. And this should be of great interest to most of you since it could in fact be the main reason why you took this course in the first place. So far, we have been spending time defining and understanding the problem and why healthcare is transforming. Last week, we talked about economic models and some of the capabilities that are needed from a financial perspective. This included a look at some metrics such as value-based purchasing and how organizations need the capacity to impact these metrics. So we can start to see the connection between financial and clinical data, measurement, and understanding our population, patient population, and how this ultimately affects patient care processes. So it's a lot of interconnecting pieces that we're looking at here. For week 3, what we're going to be looking at is what is needed to build analytic capabilities. And one of the first things that you'll see right off the bat is that most healthcare organizations have a long way to go in this area. Some have gotten off to an early start and they're pretty far down the road already, so you do see some good progress some places. But others are still implementing their EMRs, and so they still have a long way to go in getting to the point where they're using the data from their EMR. There have always been various quality initiatives in healthcare, and there's a strong focus on quality. However, using data to drive decision making has not been as strong of a point in healthcare as we see in some other industries. So in order to use data in this way, you need to have reliable and valid data, and this is one of the first stumbling blocks for healthcare. We struggle to get the data we need. So some things for you to keep in mind this week as you're working on your assignment. First of all, the Davenport article is one that you may want to read first. This is not an article that is strictly about healthcare. It's another Harvard Business Review article, and Davenport is talking about competing on analytics. So he's talking about a variety of industries, but a lot of what he has to say can be valuable for us to apply in healthcare. He's examining what competing on analytics is, and also how to go about doing it. So he's suggesting that organizations may want to create a single analytics initiative so that their data collection, data analysis, all of these activities are together under one common leadership within the organization. Oftentimes what you see with analytics is that it's spread out all over the organization, and some pieces are in IT and some pieces are in other areas in the organization. So he's saying, how can you have, in order to compete on analytics, maybe it's a good idea to bring all these pieces together in one place. So he's asking, how do you deploy what he calls industrial strength analytics throughout your organization? So I think the article provides us with some good examples to think about. All of them may not apply in healthcare, but I think many of them could. So after reading this article, you'll really begin to see what's going to be required of healthcare organizations if they're going to compete on analytics in the same way that other organizations and other industries have done. So that's the Davenport article. Secondly, we are reading 5 book chapters this week, which I realize is a lot. But I do think the material will be interesting to you, and it is the heart of our topic for this course. So it's important for you to have all this background information, and it's just hard to leave any of it out and still give you what you need to go forward into the remaining units for this course. So I think that the chapters are not that weighty, and I don't anticipate you're going to have trouble getting through them, even though it is 5 chapters. third, the readings by Sanders. I just want to point out that there is not much reading involved with this, but it is very important for you to take a good look at the model he's presenting. This is the Healthcare Analytics Adoption Model, which is very similar to a model many of us have been using to implement EMR, the EMR Adoption Model. This is a model that starts at 0 and then moves on up through 7 levels till you get to the top as you continue to deploy your EMR. Here, Sanders is talking about a healthcare analytics adoption model with a very similar concept. So the important thing about this model and another model you're going to be reading about this week is these things help us to put the pieces into place. We can keep reading about all these pieces every week, but how do the pieces fit together? So I think that these models will really help you think about all that it's going to take for these organizations to build their analytic capabilities, and will give you a sense of how all these pieces fit together into kind of a roadmap of sorts for organizations to follow. This week, your discovery question focuses on building an analytics program. The question was designed to take you from the theoretical discussion of models and things like that into the practical, more concrete steps. What steps would you actually take in setting up an analytics program? So try to imagine yourself in this decision-making role and how you would proceed. Overall, I think our discussions have been very productive. You continue to bring good new information to the group each week, so continue to do that. And I want you to use the discussion to ask questions and challenge what we're reading so that you expand your understanding. So have a good week, and I look forward to our next discussion.